So hey guys, and welcome to another adventure game with me, Supernautus. Although today what we're playing is a little bit different from the usual adventures that we do. This is a version of a fighting fantasy book. Now, fighting fantasy was like a choose-your-own-adventure sort of series of books. This one is Appointment with Fear, which was released in 1985. It's basically a superhero choose your own adventure, if you like. So we start here. Many years ago, your birth was the moment all doctors had been waiting for. Having consented to strange radiation experiments, your parents were concerned for your safety. The doctors and scientists watched your arrival into the world. So yeah, this is just essentially we're creating our character at the beginning. Are we male or female? Let's say we're male. In my childhood I was born a happy and healthy child. The prenatal experiments seemed to have no effect. To protect me, my parents shielded me from further experimentation and tests. Long after the research had been forgotten, my true potential began to manifest. As a teenager, my powers began to flourish. And so now, you've got 4 different power choices here. You can have super strength and flight, you can fire energy blasts from your hands, you can move objects with your brain and read people's minds, or you're super clever and have invented a gadget for every situation. So what we got? Superman, other superheroes, and I guess that would be like Batman kind of. I think we'll go with super strength. Choose our look. No. No. It looks like we don't have a great deal of choices here. The costumes are very much the same. I can't change anything myself. Not quite right. Okay, let's go with that one, because... Oh, there we go. We can choose a different primary colour. Actually, secondary colour. Let's do that. Hello, my superhero name is... Oh, I have to... Yeah, none of those. I can't create my own. I have to choose one. The capitalist, the punchy kicker, the overlocker. No. What? These are all horrible. The blue volcano dressed in black and red. That's who we want. I'm gonna have to just choose something ridiculous. The puncher. I don't know. Let's call ourselves Backwards Dragon, just because we don't really have much of a choice. Okay, let's get started saving the citizens of Titan City. It's the morning and I sit at my kitchen table, glancing out the window to see the sun rising over the Titan City skyline. I smile. I sure love living in Titan City, the best city in the world. Look, he wears his costume even when he's at home. Gotta be ready. Titan City's safe because I've devoted my life to fighting crime and keeping thugs and villains off the streets. I am Backwards Dragon, upholder of justice, and I've taken an oath to serve in the fight against crime in Titan City. Time for breakfast. You float over to the cupboards and grab some cereal. So we're gonna fly to the cereal. I guess we're gonna have some cereal then. I sit down to breakfast. Suddenly, my radio transmission decryptor crackles to life. F.E.A.R meeting preparations begin in Titan City today. All high-level agents are to attend. Our scheme for world domination cannot fail. Utoshki out. Vladimir Utoshki, the titanium cyborg, is a cybernetically enhanced supervillain and F.E.A.R's leader. What? And he just announces what he's doing on radio to everybody that can hear. He's half man, half machine, in all danger. So we got to stop the F.E.A.R meeting. I have 3 days before the meeting takes place. It was lucky that I caught this urgent message so early. I gained a luck point. Okay. F.E.A.R! Here in Titan City, I must stop them! As a crime status update, suddenly my crime watch is beeping. What now, hero? I'll finish my cup of coffee. I mean, I don't think so. Get the crime watch. We use it to fight crime around the city and discover new clues to bring us closer to fear. Each clue I find gives me a luck point. 2. Use my luck points to increase my chances of getting a new F.E.A.R card after combat. Let's beep it again. Let's check the crime updates. Daddy Rich, an eccentric millionaire, has just avoided a murder charge thanks to his lawyers. He gets his kicks by murdering innocent victims and revels in their fear. He lives in a penthouse at 113 58th Street. Daddy Rich's lawyers have got him off a murder charge. He lives in a penthouse, etc. Just said that. We got a luck point for that. Sounds like it's going to be a busy day in Titan City today. Not only am I backwards dragon, but I also have a day job as a reporter at the Titan Times, because of course I do. I'm essentially Superman. My job consists of... Oh no, I'm late for work! What am I doing? Do I need to go and do my office job? I dash into the bathroom and stand in front of the mirror. I check my costumes in place. It is. Now we can leave for work. Need to look good for the citizens of Titan City. And one last thing, I don my reporter outfit so that nobody will recognise me on the streets. Yeah, I put a hat on. It's just like Superman, you just put one extra thing on and you're fine. My incognito outfit lets me blend in with the crowd. Nobody will know I'm actually Backwards Dragon and not just another mild-mannered reporter. Satisfied, I leave the apartment. Wearing my incognito disguise, I head to work. With fear on my mind, I note that Titan City feels particularly tense this morning. My watch beeps. Another alert. The Scarlet Prankster's found a new home, one most befitting his peculiar sense of humour. Okay. That's good. As I think about the information I've received, an argument interrupts my thoughts. I won't ask you again. Mind your manners, you beast. The newspaper vendor shouts something about a robbery. It's hard to hear him over the cacophony of car horns. Looks like today won't be just another day. Car horns are getting louder and angrier. Let's check the paper. He's shouting about a brazen bank robbery early in the morning. A robbery? Perhaps I should get a paper. Crowds of men and women mill past him on their way to work. Let's buy a newspaper to find out about the robbery. Alchemists in Cleveland, screams a headline which immediately catches my eye. The devious gang entered a branch of the Cleveland Bank on 113th Street at 4 a.m. According to the paper, they locked the security guard in the vault on a time lock. Those scoundrels! They made off with safe deposit boxes too. I wonder how much was taken. The paper goes on to say it's unknown how much was stolen, but claims from the owners of the deposit boxes are now coming in. Apart from the cash, many valuable papers have been stolen. This sounds like a job for Backwards Dragon. Let's see what else is in the paper. In the personal column, I find an interesting snippet which reads, Richard Storm, all is forgiven. How was I to know she was a private nurse? Phone me on 555-9999. Love, Susan. Private nurse, what's this all about? The simple number sticks in my head. Found a clue. Susan's phone number. What now? Well, let's go to the bank, see what's going on. In costume, of course. The police and bank officials fall silent as I step through the door. Who will I interrogate first? Well, it's got to be the detective first. See what he's found out. I've heard the chief detective is contemptuous about superheroes. Hopefully, he'll be cooperative. Backwards Dragon playing amateur detective again. I see. Where do I go from here? I don't know. Now, Chief, let's keep this professional. He smirks. The alarm was neutralized with some sort of acidic gas. It delayed the alarm as they forced their way in. The Alchemists? The Alchemists are one of Titan City's most notorious criminal groups. Comprised of a group of unknown science villains, they're masters of advanced chemistry, having been a thorn in my side for a few years. Yes, the Alchemists, you're becoming quite the professional. You ignore the sarcasm. Another unknown compound had dissolved the security lock on the main door. What about the security officer in the lobby? We don't know why our security guard didn't notice the intruders. I guess we'll find out when the time lock releases him from the vault. Anything else you can tell me? I think that's all the information, and I assure you the situation is well under control in my hands. No need for any fancy pants superhero to become involved. Now run along or fly along or whatever it is you do. I guess there's not really anything I can do. Just before I leave, I talked to one of the police officers who lives near Starker's Beach. There are reports of the sighting of a giant shark just off the beach. I see. I'd be very grateful if you could investigate it. A giant shark. I'll look into it. They actually have 2 children who swim there every weekend. I'm obviously worried about their safety. Not to worry, officer. I'll keep all the kids safe. Do I really want to go to the beach? Yeah. I'm receiving a message from Jerry the Grass. Parker Airport now. I better go straight to the airport then. Don't have time to deal with sharks. The airport's busy with frustrated passengers as all flights have been grounded. I approach the nearest security guard. I've had a report there's some kind of disturbance going on. What's happening? Oh, Backwards Dragon, thank goodness you're here. Follow me, I'll take you to the control tower. You follow him up into the control tower where you find the place buzzing with activity. The air traffic controller greets me nervously. Have you heard? No? No. The police are on their way. Some guy calling himself the Tormentor has hijacked a DC-10 full of passengers to London. Any demands? Says he'll crash the plane, blames it all on Susan. We don't know what to do, a complete nutter. Susan, that was that telephone number we got, wasn't it? The name Susan rings a bell. Personal ad with a 7-digit number. Maybe you should call it. That was 555-9999, wasn't it? Call Susan, the young woman answers the phone. She bursts into tears when I tell her what's happening and she agrees to come to the airport straight away. An hour later she arrives. Susan Blythe is young, attractive and distressed at what's happening. Please, I just can't believe he's doing this. I'm so sorry. Miss, you need to talk to him. Timing is becoming crucial. I really like these stories because, you know, I can't remember where I'm going with these from having the books in the past. I've still got this book, actually. Okay, I'll talk to him. You hand over the radio mic. Richard! Richard, it's me, Susan. There's a pause before a man's voice answers. Susan, what are you doing there? Oh, Richard, don't do this. These people have done nothing to you. Gripping stuff. And I know that the girl was a private nurse now, but how was I to know at the time? But at least she's getting through to him. 10 minutes later, Susan's talked him out of his original plan. He agrees to land safely, which he does amid great cheers from the control tower staff. I just gained hero points. I hand the Tormentor to the authorities. And he's bundled off in a waiting police car. I stop to pick up a piece of paper, which seems to have fallen from his pocket. What's this? Opening it up, you find it appears to be a note scribbled down, perhaps from a telephone conversation. The note's ripped in half. Top of the note bears the unmistakable logo of F.E.A.R. Under this message, which reads, Meeting on the 27th, this Monday, I assume. Aha! This is half of the F.E.A.R meeting date and time. Find the other half to combine it and form a full clue, which you can use. More hero points. Found half a clue. Do I get half a point for that? No, I get 1 full point. Excellent! I'm 1 step closer to discovering the F.E.A.R meeting date and time. I fold it up and tuck it in my belt. So what am I going to do next? See if there's anything else happening. Nothing. I can check my clues. Nothing else to do today. I'll head home. I slump into a chair and relax with a long cold drink. You know I haven't actually been to work today, right? Oh, I gained some stamina points. One thing disturbs me. My boss, Jonah White, will be livid when I turn up for work tomorrow. I'll have to invent some pretty convincing excuses. The next morning I set off for work. I travel on the subway. I find one seat's free. I'm about to slump into it when... Help! Pickpocket! Great, just what I needed. Yeah, well. I force my way through the crowd as I reach the victim. My crime watch beeps. What now? Rad Square, hurry! Well, you've got to be kidding me. The train's pulling into a station. I have to change trains immediately if I want to go to Rad Square. Nah, I need to get the pickpocket. I rush up to a puny-looking bespectacled man who's shaking with fright. He points to a man running up through the carriage. There, he's stolen my wallet! I race after him. No one else moves. They don't want to get involved. Test my skill. I sprint after the thief. I test my skill and I'm successful. I gain ground and catch up with the pickpocket. Catch hold of his jacket. As I grab him, he spins round and draws a knife. I'm unhurt. Oh, what do I want to do here? Unyielding. Difficult. No, punchy grab to the neck. I hit him right in the neck. I inflicted 4 damage points. I grab you! He tries to lunge for my shin. He swings the knife to lunge, but I dodge. I feel the knife cut the air near my shin. The lunge was too close. I'm unhurt. What will we do now? Super grab of virtue to the toe. Fast pound to the nose. I avoided his knife again. That was close. Okay. A bite to the mouth. Yeah, I bit the pickpocket in the mouth. Why would I do that? That's just strange. I earned a F.E.A.R card for that. Let's unwrap my card. The Man Trapper! With my final blow, he collapses to the carriage floor. Commuters applaud. You stopped him. Thank you, sir. Haha, thank you, sir. You're almost as good as Backwards Dragon. Almost. Fully knew he was standing right in front of him. I go through the man's pockets to retrieve a wallet. What strange things he's carrying. Along with the wallet, I find a gum packet which contains a crumpled piece of paper, a tape cassette, and a map. The door opens and a security guard approaches. What's going on here? Let's take that cassette. I sit down next to a kid listening to a Walkman. You might have heard of one of those, I don't know. Excuse me, son, may I borrow that for a minute? He happily lends it. If only all the residents could be helpful. Seems to be a recording of a telephone conversation between a man and a woman. Most of the recording is garbled. The last bit can be clearly heard. The conversation ends. Don't worry. Why not? Time's running out. The treasures are being collected and replaced by our agent Mustafa Karim. We will have them all soon. And then? We meet the day after tomorrow on board the yacht. Okay, bye. Mustafa Karim was said to be a suspicious agent. More luck. Interesting stuff. Mustafa Karim sounds like a dubious character. I got a cassette clue. I better be off to work. Can't be late again. Train stops at Grim Street and I get off to go to work. Try to settle into my desk discreetly, but no such luck. Get in here at once! Creep into the office mumbling excuses for being late. Enough! What do you think we're running here? A charity? Do you suppose I should be grateful that you even grace us with your presence? Very noble of you indeed to even bother coming in at all. You can have the rest of the day off without pay. And if you're not in first thing tomorrow morning, you can start looking for another job. I got suspended from work for a day, and that's an achievement, apparently. I slink out the office with my tail between my legs. How can I tell them what I've been doing? Well, you can't, can you? And now I've been suspended for a day. Let's go to the amusement park. It's swarming with holidaymakers enjoying their day out. There's screams of delight from children running about with glee. What a lovely afternoon. The smell of candy floss and hot dogs are in the air. And as I stroll around, youngsters clutching stuffed animals race past me. Screams of delight from roller coaster riders turning through the corkscrew break through the general hubbub. I'm going to enjoy myself today. Which ride do we want? The fun house. I pay the admission charge and enter the fun house. We walk along a narrow passageway. And as I turn a dark corner, a luminous skeleton appears in front of me, shrieking wildly. Ah! I jump and then laugh. Just one of the scares of the funhouse. Further down the passage, my feet stumble on a wobbly floor. Then the walls begin to sway. Suddenly my foot steps on something and I fall forwards. But this time it's not a wobbly floor. I fall through the ground and land on a rubber mattress in a dark pit. A voice calls out. Hello, is someone there? Yes, I seem to have had a bit of a wobble. Okay. Oh, thank God, someone else is here. I've been here for 2 hours. He sounds desperate. Not only am I stuck here, but my wallet's gone. I'm sure it's been stolen. Well, what are we going to do here then? Who are you? My name's Grant Morley, a reporter on the Metroville Globe. And why would a reporter be snooping around a funhouse? Well, why are you? I've been covering an expose to reveal the identity of the Scarlet Prankster. Same Scarlet Prankster that delights in playing practical jokes on his victims? Yeah, that's him, alright. Let's look for a way out. Scarlet Prankster is a dangerous criminal who delights in grisly practical jokes. I decide to change into Backwards Dragon under the cover of darkness. Let's search for a way out together! Good idea, we can cover more ground that way. We feel our way through the darkness, searching walls for a way out. My fingers feel a groove in the wall which I trace. A hidden door! This way! The door leads me into the main room of the funhouse. Let's check some of the special attractions. They're buzzing with people. Most of them are in awe of my presence. I don't know where to look for him though. What's this give me? Scarlet Prankster's a new hideout in place that suits his bizarre, fun-loving nature. What have I done? Okay. Well, what then? Scarlet Prankster, the Hall of Mirrors? I stare at the mirrors, examining them. Ho ho, now I'm short, now I'm tall. While somewhat musing, the mirrors do not hold any secrets. I overhear someone complaining and they sound less than pleased. The Big Dipper is a death trap. I must report it to the Titan City Health and Safety Department. Finally, a responsible citizen. Ooh, hot dogs. Go and check it out. Time for something a bit more adventurous. I'm scared. The ride hasn't even started yet. As we set off, the excitement is mounting. Squeals come from the riders as the first steep drop lifts their stomachs. Whee! It's not until I reach the first sharp bend that I notice the danger. That girl's safety harness is frayed almost to nothing. As I streak into the bend and wrench to the right, the harness snaps and the girl lurches across the carriage. Ah, help me! I strain to reach the screaming girl. Test my skill and I'm successful! Quick as a flash, I reach forward and grab her in the nick of time before she plunges to death. Gain some hero points for that. And girl's distraught but happy. Thank you so much. You saved my life. I'm glad you're safe. I feel like we possibly missed a chance. I think I'll head home and rest. There's nothing I can do now. How exhausting. Being Backwards Dragon isn't easy. Gain some stamina points. Now I'm leaving for work early. Perhaps I should leave this wretched Crime Watch behind. If I miss more work, there'll be no job to go back to. Crime Watch is silent. Make it into the office. What kind of office am I running? People turning up late. No one does their work, and for the first time he's speechless. At lunchtime I catch up on the day's news. 2 stories catch my attention. One is a strange attack at Audubon Park. A woman has been seriously mauled by what she calls a monster. However, a specialist at the hospital thinks the claw marks of an animal of some kind. Second story is a man who had his chest crushed in the grounds of the Natural History Museum. There are no clues as to who or what was responsible. It's as if whatever caused the man's death simply vanished. Both incidents are being investigated by the police. Perhaps it's time for Backwards Dragon to do some investigating. Let's head to the zoo, see if there's any missing animals. I question the attendant. He's quite clearly dazzled. Good day, citizen. Have there been any reports of animals escaping their cages lately? Gosh, hi, or yes, I did hear something about an escape. Fill me in on the details. I don't know much, sorry, you'll have to ask the director. I'll take you to him if you like. Lead the way, citizen. As I turn to follow him, a familiar sound comes from my wrist. I hold the crime watch up to my ear. Museum of Egyptian Heritage. Well, we better do that then. The museum is in the Midtown area. Seems perfectly normal when I speak to the head curator, Dr. Kabla, an elderly professor type with white hair and a thick white moustache. I was told to come here immediately. Is there a problem? Oh, I don't think so, Backwards Dragon. I'm pretty sure that everything's in order. I'll double check all the treasures though, just to make sure nothing's disappeared, eh? Ask him to get someone to show me around. Ah, Abdul Aziz and Mustafa Karim. They both stand to attention. Abdul, perhaps you'd be so kind. Perhaps there's something I can solve here. I gained a bonus. Mustafa Karim. He's the name mentioned on the cassette tape I listened to. He's tampering with the exhibit's treasures. Okay. At the mention of his name, my eyes fall on Mustafa Karim. He holds my gaze, then breaks away nervously. Grab his shoulder. Excuse me, Mr. Karim, I think we need to have a little chat. To the great surprise of the curator, he breaks free. He rushes off downstairs into the vaults. I gain some hero points. Let's get him. I catch up with Karim in a dimly lit room in which several wooden crates stand. There's nowhere to run now, Karim. As I advance, a wicked smile spreads across his lips. His skin withers. His eyes become sunken pits. And he turns into a mummy. There we go, we're being attacked by a mummy now. What am I going to do? Grapple with the mummy. The mummy begins to shamble towards me. I'm unhurt. Okay, so it's got 10 stamina. Let's try the double headbutt. I miscalculated. But it didn't hit me anyway. It's fine. Give him a slap to the shin. It hit him! And I took 4 damage off him. It causes him to stagger and his shin might be fractured. He lunges to slice me. Oh, and he hits me. For 2 points of damage. We're okay. It's got 6 stamina left. I don't know if I can do that. Let's do a triple fist smash. And I missed it. But it missed me. Oh, what am I going to do? See if we can hit him with the exciting punch of honor. Oh no, I missed that. Oh, he got me. Took another 2 points of damage off me. I don't think we can do the higher difficulty ones. There we go. I punch it in the big toe on his left foot. He lunged. He missed. We're all good. Double slap to the knee. Yes! We did it! For all my strength, I'm not able to defeat the mummy. I used my strength to hurl it into an open crate and earned a F.E.A.R card. Let's spend a luck point, see what happens. Creature of Carnage! I managed to seal the lid, trapping the creature that was Mustafa Karim. Karim's jacket fell off as I hurled it into the crate and now lies on the ground. I gained hero points. Let's have a look in his jacket. I find 2 pieces of paper. One bears the emblem of F.E.A.R. I unfold it quickly. The bottom half is ripped off, but the message reads, Meeting an executive jet. Sounds like the F.E.A.R meeting will take place in a jet. Yeah, but where? At the airport? I guess? I don't know. Anyway, we find out about a meeting in a jet. Let's leave the museum now. Let's go to the library. Do some research. A huge crowd has gathered. Everyone stand back, keep away for your own safety. Out of the way, we need to get through. Police are trying to simultaneously perform crowd control and let in the fire department and army. What's happening? Questions answered when a third floor window smashes. And the smash is followed by screams as two bodies come hurtling out the broken window, followed by a bookshelf. Books and glass rain down. Roar! Oh, backwards dragon, we're glad to see you. What's going on here? Some sort of creature's there. They're called it the Devastator. Looks like something not of this earth. It's a huge brute. I'd say it's made from rock. I rush in and find the creature on the third floor. My jaw drops. What in the name of Titan City are you? You're like nothing I've ever seen. Roar. It does seem to be made from rock rather than flesh and stands 4 meters high. I don't think I can defeat this, right? Something's enraged it and it's destroying everything in sight. I don't think I can handle this creature. Get the hell out of here. Surely I can't be responsible for every person and building. Oh, I lost some hero points for that though. Decide on something a little more low-key. Let's go to the police headquarters. I don't know how low-key that is. Lieutenant Wojak shakes my hand enthusiastically as I enter the headquarters. Good afternoon, Lieutenant. Backwards Dragon, good to see you. Step into my office. What's been happening today? Seems to have been awfully quiet. That's just changed, I'm afraid. I've just had reports of a well-organised jailbreak at Woodworm Scrubs. Wormwood Scrubs. The high-security prison, but Marcus Buletta is doing time there. Not anymore, Backwards Dragon. Buletta escaped in a van painted to look like an ambulance. Marcus Buletta, Dr. Macabre. You thought you'd end his reign of terror. His horrifying experiments require human subjects, voluntary or not. There's also been a strange admission at Central Hospital, where someone admitted that they'd stolen stuff. Oh, obviously not. Someone named Winston Woods. Apparently his head and hands are rough and hairy like a great ape's. How very strange. Let's investigate the strange case at the hospital. I ask at the desk about the strange admission. I'm regarded suspiciously, and the nurse in charge turns her nose up. Why do you want to know? Are you one of those gutter press reporters? You sure the emblem on the chest of your costume? I'm Backwards Dragon, ma'am. She's most unimpressed. Am I supposed to be wowed by your costume party outfit? Finally, a police officer fills me in. Ah, sure, I can help you out. What's going on? Something strange if you ask me, but the guy died an hour ago. So he's in the morgue then. That's right. Not much more I can do here. Well, I could check the morgue anyway. The nurse lets me down. I'll take you to the body, but you're wasting my time. Thank you. We go down to the morgue. She looks up a file and reaches for the handle on the drawer. As I told you, everything's... A nurse, something appears to be missing. What? Her eyes open wide as she realises the drawer's empty. This can't be, I put him in here myself. She double checks the number and shakes her head. I don't understand it, Backwards Dragon. A dead body can't just get up and walk away. No, you're right. You're right, it can't. Trail ends here. There are no clues where it could be. So I guess all I can do is leave the hospital. Where will I head now? Oh, let's get tickets for a concert. We're not Spider-Man. We're not visiting our aunt. Crowds of fans milling around disappointed. I'm immediately filled with dread. Not another crisis to tackle. What's happened? It's horrible, indescribable. What is? The concert's been cancelled. Oh, thank heavens. You discover that Georgie Boy is suffering from facial dermatitis. It's obviously a Boy George reference. Ah well, perhaps I should turn in anyway. What will we do? Go home. Fix myself dinner. And I gain some stamina points. Today I have a day off from work. My crime watch is silent as well. Perhaps I'll enjoy my day off. Let's go to World's Court for the Home Appliances of the Future Expo. Sounds awesome. I don't care about watching the president. Crowds are gathering to get into the exhibition and a huge banner proclaims Appliances of the Future. See tomorrow's home technology today. As you wander through the exhibitions, there are many excited voices enthusing over the more ambitious gadgets on show. Oh, a cocktail composer. And wow, the perfect opponent, a skilled game-playing computer. Robots are there in many forms. Ah, a tidy maid. It remembers where everything goes and puts it back in its proper place. On a large stand, a man with round glasses and a loud voice is demonstrating the firm's tireless butler. It's a man-sized android which will do many more chores. I stare at the attendant. That man looks familiar, but why? The android passes him by. Passes him a pen, actually. As he's bending down but catches his hair and moves slightly. A wig, of course. With a bald head, his identity is obvious. Although he's not easy to recognise without the cybernetic enhancers he wears on his arms and his distinctive and very dangerous eye goggles. It most certainly is Vladimir Otoshki, the head of F.E.A.R here in Worrell's Court. I have no time to lose. I dash off to change into Backwards Dragon and return to capture the villain. But he flicks a switch at the back of the android and darts off into the crowd. The android turns towards a man and smashes him in the face with a powerful blow. Uh-oh. Save the visitors. We can't let people get killed by the android. Look out, everyone! Let Backwards Dragon handle this. Injured people lie on the ground around the stand and others are panicking. What courageous action do I take? Do I grapple with it? I think so. Although seemingly a harmless domestic servant, Otoshki has made this particular android specially to serve F.E.A.R. Apart from a destruction switch on its back, which turns it into a creator of mayhem, it's armed with a deadly weapon. Ah! Poison-tipped dagger that can be extended from its foot. A kick from this foot is certain death. Fact I've just discovered. As the fast-acting poison takes effect, I can almost hear the leader of F.E.A.R laughing. Alas, this is the end of Backwards Dragon. No one left. Titan City's doomed! And that's game over. I think we should have flown up to him there. Oh, I got 14. Go back to where I was using Take Me Back. Scene's one of mayhem. Look out, I can handle this. Okay, let's fly up. I fly into the air, grab it and hoist it out of harm's way. Finding a clear spot, I release it. It crashes down to the ground and fizzles. Its broken limbs twitching harmlessly. That's what we need to do. No sign of Otoshki, unfortunately. Oh, I fly down to the stand, which has been abandoned. I wonder if there are any clues nearby. Rummaging through the stand, the only one piece of paper looks interesting. It's from the Parker Airport Authority, advising him that his booking requirements have been made. Oh, cool. Parker Airport, there's going to be a meeting on a jet. It must be there, but when? I gained 1 luck point. What's this gadget? Find something called a circuit jammer. My job's done. We leave Worrell's Court. Let's go and look at the president then. Someone will no doubt attack him, I'm sure. The citizens of the city have turned out in their thousands to greet the president. They line both sides of 7th Avenue 6 deep, and the presidential car is still not due to arrive for half an hour. Spirits are high, there's much flag waving, and bands are playing the streets as a prelude to the arrival. Let's wait in a coffee bar. The excitement surrounding his arrivals brought all sorts of people to the streets. Oh, could I have solved a crime there, do you think? I sit down at a table next to a man wearing a shabby overcoat. Hey buddy, let's share a seat and watch the parade. I glance around, desperate for any other seat. They're all occupied, if you insist. Seems he has connections with the underworld and lets slip some information. Heck, so you know that ocean behemoth thing that caused problems back in '84? Yes, it was all over the Titan City network news, sir. Well, that smelly fish creature's back. It wants revenge. I know full well that I can't allow it to enter Titan City. The containment field we set up must have failed somehow. Perhaps it was sabotaged. I make a mental note to explore the harbour as soon as I can. We got a luck point for that. What courageous action do I take next? Let's go out. Fight my way through to the crowd. 20 minutes later, the cavalcade arrives. As the president's car approaches, I catch sight of a man struggling with something. His hand comes free. He's got a gun. Assassin! Some people in the crowd turn to look. The man ignores the commotion and shoots the president. Sweet dreams, Mr. President. Sworn police surround the car. Is there a pulse? No, there's not. Can't get next to the body in my street clothes. Sorry, what happened? Man in the crowd, he shot the president. I knocked him unconscious, but... Please take the assassin. The officers discuss something with each other. When they return, they speak to me again. Something strange is going on. You say this guy fired at the president as he fell? That's right, I saw him. I was right there. Then why was the killing bullet from a high-powered rifle, not the magnum your man was carrying? I don't know. I'm mystified as they are and agree to go downtown to answer questions. This assassin didn't kill the president. Was he a decoy? I guess we're going to head home then. Let's relax for the evening, and we might have to head to the airport. F.E.A.R meeting taking place today, you must find exact date and time. Well, if it's happening today, I know the date, don't I? Today? It's in Parker Airport. Everything's normal as I arrive. Don't want to cause any panic. I change into my street clothes. Time to look around. Hangars, I think. I easily locate a fire exit and make my way outside. Seems pretty hectic around here. Vans are pulling trailers loaded with luggage. There's 3 hangars. Xavier Hangar, where private and executive jets are kept. They said it was a private jet. Summers Hangar. We're talking X-Men characters here. While McCoy Hangar, Beast of course, is for cargo aircraft. Well, it was a private aircraft, so it's got to be Xavier Hangar. Mechanics are servicing 2 executive jets. Find a pair of overalls and slip into them. Mixing with cargo crew, I examine the jets. That certainly looks like a jet. Yeah. Make sure those wheels are still on, Sam. Nothing suspicious here aside from yourself, of course. Do you have the correct day? Do you know what time the meeting could take place? I don't know. Okay, I don't have the clue. I think I'm missing a clue. I gotta just wait, I guess, and see what happens. Don't go away. To the army base. Oh, important announcement. Steely voice with sinister tone speaks slowly and clearly. Citizens of the world! Taxi driver attempts to change it. Message is being broadcast on all frequencies, in all languages, to all areas of the globe. My name is Vladimir Otoshki. I think I missed a clue. I'm known as the Titanium Cyborg, the leader of F.E.A.R himself. I lost my hero points. My organization is known to use the Federation of Euro-American Rebels. F.E.A.R. My message is this: we've taken control of the Starfire satellite which orbits the Earth. Starfire satellite. We demand your unconditional surrender and the submission of all citizens to your leadership. I have like no hero points now. Titan City will be destroyed in 30 seconds. I failed to stop the fateful meeting of F.E.A.R. And what do I do now? Game over! Quips Crypt 5, Villains defeated 2, Crime Watch alerts 1, Newspapers read 1. F.E.A.R cards found. I feel like F.E.A.R points, I've got none. Okay. It's interesting. I'm just trying to think here. I didn't get an option to wait or anything. Just all go. Should I start again? I don't know. I guess... Well, if we're missing a clue, the only way we could resolve that would be to start again. I don't know. Do I want to do that, though? I could try with new superpower. Let's restart the adventure and just click through stuff as quick as we can. Oh, I've got to do it with a new power anyway. Maybe I'll try a different one. Oh no, because I want to be able to get through it quickly. Yeah, that's fine. I don't know, let's make him... Yeah, that's fine. He can be the outright romance, what the hell, why not? Start. Right, so I think we were okay early on. Let's just try and see if we can shoot through this quickly. I have 3 days. Nice work. Get the watch. That's great. Rumours of danger. Speak to the serpent or rat-faced Flanagan. Gained that. I have a job as a reporter. Check I have my whole costume. I love some of these things. There was Scarlet Pranksters found a new home. I think it's that. I think I'm supposed to go there again. People arguing. I want to check the paper. I think I was pretty much on the right track there. It's just I missed something. By the paper, the alchemists have attacked the bank. So we go to the bank. Talk to the chief detective. Let's keep this professional. We can pretty much shoot through all this because we know all about it already. Okay. Giant shark. Let me think here. Crime Watch. Parker Airport now. Go to the airport. Frustrated passengers. The Tormentor. I forgot to take the thing. I forgot to get the phone number. Oh, do you know, really this was kind of an idea of how things are. Oh, I'm successful. Oh, wait a minute. I managed to get him down safely. Without the phone number this time. Well, there you go. Gives himself up to the police. I'm just wondering if I've missed anything else. Though, it's the only thing. I guess we just head home now. For the day. Boss will be livid. We're going to go in the subway. We have to fight the pickpocket. Rad Square. Apprehend the pickpocket. This was our first fight, wasn't it? Let's see. Let's give him a little smash to the toe. Got him. 4 damage points. He tries. He hits me. And does 2 points of damage, but we're okay. Then just a 2-pointer. And we finished him. Earned a F.E.A.R card. Unwrap my card. It's the man trapper again. Whatever. Pickpocket collapses. And we get all we need. Wait a sec. I just thought though. We got a clue when we took him down with the help of that woman. And that clue was the date of the meeting. There's no point continuing at this point. Well, it was an interesting show of what this kind of thing is. The kind of Final Fantasy, fighting fantasy books turned to games. I think there's this one available, and there are a couple of others which I have, which I'll probably do at some point. But yeah, I've realised I've missed an important clue, which would require me to start all over again. So I think that's probably going to be enough for now. I hope you've enjoyed watching Appointment with F.E.A.R. There are various other choices you can make. Some slight changes to the storyline when you change to different character types. But that's essentially how it works. very much like the books. I wouldn't be surprised if you've had the books, if the solution isn't drastically different from what the books had originally. The only difference is obviously you don't have the thing where you kind of jump from page number to page number. But there we go. I hope you've enjoyed that. If you have, please feel free to add a like there and maybe a subscription too, and I'll speak to you next time. Bye for now.